first have to understand why you're stuck in this thinking and why it won't turn off. The reason it dominates your thinking is because your brain has been conditioned into automatically using this specific thought pattern. It likely started when you had a negative experience that caused a sense of fear and insecurity. So your brain made a recording of the whole experience, including all of the details. And because you've repeatedly activated this neural network, your brain moved it to front and center of the dominant position. And it changes the way that you think of yourself and your life over time because of the beliefs you create as a result. But when your brain unlearns those patterns and changes those beliefs, you'll deactivate and turn off that fear loop. The way I rewire the brain is by using what I call emotional uncoupling to separate that sense of fear and insecurity from the experience and the belief. So here's a simple example of how I've used this with a client. Say you had a scary and unexpected experience while driving a car. Your brain would record the experience as significant and neurologically link everything about that event to a sense of fear, plus create a new belief. I'll get hurt if I drive. I'm not a good driver. And it all becomes locked in together. And following that event, every time you think about driving or attempt to drive, it reactivates that neural network and you relive the whole event again, even when it's only in your mind. But when I use emotional uncoupling, I'm separating the experience of driving from the sense of fear and then recoupling the experience of driving with a new neural network, like a sense of confidence, strength, empowerment, and changing the old core belief to something like, I'm a good driver, I'm okay to drive, and I trust myself. And this overrides and deactivates the old fear loops because you caused a change in the brain. And you now feel good about driving again because the fear is no longer attached to the experience and the belief has been updated. And I use this methodology for all of my clients to help them overcome all types of fears and insecurities. Fear of failure, conflict, public speaking, fear of rejection, uncertainty, socializing, fear of change, not being good enough, feeling unworthy, and so much more. It's how a client can come into a session feeling professionally inadequate, afraid to speak up in meetings, afraid to put themselves out there, afraid of making a mistake and missing out on fantastic opportunities to grow, to leaving the session feeling confident, excited to share their ideas, ready to contribute, ready to take on the next big project, ready to go for that promotion, and feeling so absolutely solid in who they are and what they bring to the table, all within the span of a couple of hours. You can change it to feel happier and confident and live free to be the person you most want to be, doing the things you most want to do, and going for it, liberated from your limitations and hang-ups. Imagine waking up and living and designing your life on your terms, doing what you most want to do, feeling how you most want to feel, because you're now confident in your decisions and believe in who you are. And if this sounds too good to be true, that's only because you haven't experienced it yet. Partnering with me helps you do it in less than 6 weeks.